The wand chooses the wizard, the Patronus charm is highly advanced magic, and the Unforgiveable Curses were 3 of the most powerful and sinister spells known in the wizarding community. So let's start with wands. More specifically, the wood that they're made from. Only some trees grow wand quality wood, and these are the trees that the bowtruckles like to live in. Each wood that is used for wand making has its own properties, depending on the type of tree. For example, elder is the rarest wood and its master may have a special destiny, or cypress is associated with a brave nature. We then have to consider the core of the wand. There is belief within the wisdom community that the finest cores come from unicorns, dragons and phoenixes. Dragon heartstring wands are powerful and quick to learn, but they can be temperamental. Unicorn hair wands are faithful, but they tend to have less power and are hard to use in dark arts. Phoenix feather cores are rare and they have the greatest range. However, their allegiance is hard to win. The length and flexibility of the wand tends to complement the owner's personality and their physical attributes. Each wand is unique, and the character of the wand first depends on the combination of materials and quality. After it then finds its ideal partner, they begin to learn from each other. If 2 wands were to duel against each other and they each share a core from the same creature, such as dragon heartstring, they will not work properly in battle. One will force the other to show its past spells. This phenomenon is called Praetori Incantatem. We know of this happening between Harry and Voldemort during the Second Wizarding War. Harry's wand was 11 inches long, made of holly and possessed a phoenix feather core. Voldemort's wand was 13.5 inches long, made from yew with a phoenix feather core. So let's move on to what wands can actually do, starting with the Patronus charm. This is highly advanced magic, and it's actually a spell that Hermione had trouble with. As a pure protective magical concentration of happiness and hope, it's the only spell effective against Dementors. The incantation only works if you're concentrating everything you have on a single happy memory. But not all witches and wizards can create a fully formed Patronus. For some of them, it just remains a silver wisp of air. But each Patronus is unique to the person who creates it. For instance, Hermione could conjure an otter, Luna could conjure a hare. But this could actually change throughout the course of a witch's or wizard's life. Before Tonks met Remus, her Patronus was a jackrabbit, but it then changed to a wolf, which matched Lupin's Patronus. A Patronus can only change if it's eternal love, unchanging and part of a person forever. When Dumbledore asked after all this time, this was in reference to Snape's love for Lily, which was clearly shown through the form his Patronus took. Alongside the Patronus charm, there are spells which are forbidden, such as the Unforgivable Curses. These were 3 of the most sinister and powerful spells known to wizard kind, as well as the strongest known dark spells in existence. They were tools of the dark arts and were first classified as unforgivable in 1717, with the strictest penalties attached to their use. The 3 curses consisted of the Killing Curse, so Avada Kedavra, the Cruciatus Curse, Crucia, and the Imperious Curse, Imperio. So with the Killing Curse, when it is cast successfully on a living person or a creature, the curse caused instantaneous and painless death without causing any injury to the body and any trace of violence. If you think back to the 4th Harry Potter book, where they're talking about the Riddle family, they couldn't see how they died. They just seemed to have stopped living. The Killing Curse was accompanied by a blinding flash or jet of light and a distinctive rushing sound when it was being cast. The only known counter spell to this sinister spell was the Power of Love. The Killing Curse was a conventionally unblockable curse, therefore shield charms could not defend against it. However, one could dodge the green bolt, that flash of light, block it with a physical barrier by the use of the Praetori Incantatem, or disapparate if they wanted to get away quickly before the curse hit them. An explosion or fire could result if the spell hit something other than a living target. In addition, phoenixes being immortal were actually not affected by the Killing Curse, and they could survive a direct hit. The Cruciatus Curse is also known as the Torture Curse, and it again was a tool of the dark arts. When cast successfully on a fellow sentient being or living creature, the curse inflicted intense excruciating physical pain. And this would actually result in insanity if the victim was subjected to it for a long time. And again, we do have an example of this happening to Neville's parents. Again, if you're familiar with the books, you'll know that they are in Mungo's hospital. They were tortured to the point of insanity by Bellatrix and her cronies. The penalty for using this on another human being was a life sentence in Azkaban, unless there was evidence to show that the caster, the person who cast the spell, was under the effects of the Imperious Curse, and they wouldn't have done it otherwise. So moving on to the last curse. When cast successfully, the Imperious Curse placed the victim completely under the control of the spellcaster, making the victim unquestionably obedient to that person. Notably, a person with exceptional strength could actually resist it if they had enough strength and will. The fact that it could actually be directly defended against made it unique against the other unforgivable curses. The curse is then only broken upon the death of the caster, or if the person who has put you under it decides to lift it. So the curses are mad. They are absolutely insane. The fact that these were used on fellow witches and wizards, and again, like we said, usually by those who are involved in the dark arts of those Death Eaters. But that's all for this video, guys. I just really wanted to jump in and just talk a little bit about wands specifically, and really some of the stuff that they can do in a bit more detail. I know that the curses are explained somewhat in the books and the movie, but I did want to come in and talk a bit more about wands and what makes a wand the way it is. If you like the video, guys, like the video. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And until next time, you take care.